Welcome back to British Stand, guys. I hope you're all well. We have got a big one for you. A bit of a shocking twist, actually, after what we've been hearing over the last couple of days. And that is with regard to the police. Yes, the police have came out and stated that they were gagged from revealing any further information with regards to the Southport killer. Yes, the police wanted to provide more information, but were told not to. Absolutely outrageous. We're going to be discussing this, of course, in full detail in today's live stream. But as always, guys, I'd like to remind you to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We've been growing really, really rapidly recently as well. So a big shout out to you. Get involved in the live chat. I can bring live chats up as well on the screen. So do get involved in the chat and we'll take some chats a little bit later on. But as stated, guys, let's get into this one. Yes, the police have confirmed, of course, that they were gagged from releasing key information about Southport killer Axel Rudabakana. Detectives from Merseyside Police had wanted to provide details about his background, including his religion and his crimes. Take note of that. But were warned not to do so by the Crown Prosecution Service. Sources had also been keen to elaborate on the terrorist document and a batch of ricin found at his home, but were advised against it, reports The Telegraph this morning. A police source also stated that there was frustration. A police source also stated that there was frustration among those working on the case, that they were being prevented from saying more. One of those police sources told The Telegraph, as far as they are concerned, the more information that is in the public domain is better, as it negates the speculation and conspiracies. So again, ladies and gentlemen, it has been confirmed this morning, of course, that the police were gagged on the situation. So the police, moving into this case, actually wanted to provide more information to the public, but were told not to do so by the CPS. Now, again, there's of course been a lot of fallout over the last, 48 hours. Keir Starmer came with a pathetic speech, took some questions from the media, and I expect that to continue in today's Prime Minister's questions, which will be kicking off in literally an hour's time. It's probably going to be filled with that, loads of questions on this matter. A lot of people are not buying what Keir Starmer has said, and again, a lot of people in high profile places, people within the law, have said that the Labour government could have came out and provided some more information, and that the police could have. I mean, there's been loads of different scenarios where similar incidents have taken place, where they did reveal that it was a terrorist attack. They did reveal the background of the victim and all these kind of things, and more to the point, the police have confirmed this fact. Now, Jonathan Hall, of course, has came out with regard to this situation as well, and stated that there should have been more information and put more into the public domain by the government and the police without prejudicing legal proceedings. So he came out and said that this could have been the case, that they could have went around doing this. So he is, of course, the independent reviewer of terrorism legalization, and expressed similar concerns. It's imperative that the government inquiry covers public communications after these appalling murders. So we're all on the same page now in terms of what it is. So what Keir Starmer is saying about prejudicing a trial is just absolute nonsense. And now the police coming out with this statement stating that they were gagged and weren't allowed to say any more, despite them wanting to provide more information to the public, is the reason why the unrest was caused. Not giving information, trying to be politically correct, and not trying to demonize a certain religion, ethnicity, all of these kind of things, was the reason why these riots happened. That's all I can say. Regardless of what people want to say about people throwing things, yes, people throwing bricks and police is not right. Of course it isn't. However, that is the reason why the riots happened. If there was transparency on who this person was straight after the attack, then there wouldn't have been those those riots. I can assure you of that. Genuinely, I can assure you of that. People wouldn't have done it. Now, in terms of what the Merseyside police said in their actual statement, guys, They came out and said that the position taken by the police and the government on the disclosure... actually, no, I've got that wrong, actually, to be fair. Where is that Merseyside police thing? The problem with doing live streams is I lose it. Here we go. Chief Constable of Merseyside Police, Serena Kennedy, said that she'd constantly been in touch with the CPS throughout the case. She said that we've been accused of purposely withholding information, and there was absolutely not the case. From day one, we have been as open as possible as we could, and we have constantly been in touch with the CPS, who had advised us on what information could have been released. We wanted to say much more to show we were being open and transparent, but we have been advised throughout and couldn't do so as it would risk the trial being or risk justice being done. So to conclude, guys, as stated, sources, detectives from Merseyside Police wanted to provide the information on this and would have done in normal circumstances, but were gagged and were told not to do so, which is absolutely disgraceful in itself. Now, I can imagine Prime Minister's questions today is going to be absolutely filled with more of this, so do make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We will be going through the fallout of Prime Minister's questions a little bit later on today, because this is the first time. I mean, there was a bit with Yvette Cooper yesterday where they were able to ask questions to her, but from Keir Starmer's point of view, we'll start to hear what he's got, and he's got prepared to tell us later on today, as parliamentarians will likely and rightly grill him over more answers, because the British public deserve those answers and have not yet got the full picture at just what was being hid from the British public. And that's the latest story today, guys, is that the police were indeed gagged and told that they couldn't release any more information. Now let's go through the chat, guys. Let's see what people are saying in the live chat. Let's have a little look. Right, let me get the thing up. So Frankie says, when is he sentenced, this demon? I think he's getting sentenced on Thursday. So, well, I know he's getting sentenced on Thursday. That's what was said in the courtroom. He's getting sentenced. Again, in terms of the duration of the sentencing, he's under 21. So I think it's only 30 years that he can get, which is a disgrace. So, yeah. Munin says, when will we hear from the bereaved families? Again, I don't know about that. And along with Ruda Bakana's parents, they've been completely protected. But there's still some more to go on what his father's role it was in this situation. We spoke about it yesterday, actually, on 2CTV, and spoke and said, you know, what role did he actually have in it? You know, his father stopped him a week prior to going up to his old high school. So did he know about the same situation that was going to be happening? Apparently, he, of course, reported him to the authorities, but nothing was done about it. So again, that's what we really know on that sort of side. Melly says, I'm expecting a strong sentence. Yes, well, we are, of course, expecting a strong sentence, but you can only get a certain time for being under 21 or being under the age of 21. So, you know, he committed the crime at 17. Will he then be, of course, given that sort of sentence? Again, I've heard something around 30 years for being under 21. Whether that's completely true, I'll have to fact check it for you and get back to you on that one. But again, it's a real shame. This guy should never walk the streets ever again, because he's clearly tapped and insane. I would go that far to say. Sarah Jones says, any pictures? Oh, sorry, your chat's getting picked up there. Quite a long message, I believe. She says, any pictures of the parents? I'm sure we'd all like to know who has moved to our areas. Again, they'll be completely protected for the rest of their life. Maybe, potentially, new identity. Who knows? Let's see what else I say. Yeah, as someone said there, his family are in hiding. Well, what do you guys make of the police being gagged? As I said, we've seen a lot of fallout come out from this situation, and a lot of people actually talking about, of course, what happened afterwards. But the police now confirming that they wanted to provide more information but were stopped. That, I just have to echo what sort of Nigel Farage has said. I have to echo what Richard Tice has said recently in the fallout to these statements. That, of course, it just looks like it's political correctness. They've obviously cocked up big time and then tried to be politically correct and tried to protect a certain religion or protect a certain ethnicity, which is absolutely shameless. And they're the ones to blame for why the riots actually kicked off in the first place. Because if the identity was given, if the real picture was given, by the way, we were told a Welsh choir boy. So, I mean, if you're allowed to say someone's a Welsh choir boy, then you're of course allowed to then tell his real background. So I don't buy this BS about prejudicing trials and all these kind of things. Thousands of times out of 1,000, we've seen similar situations in this country, and we've heard whether it's a terrorist attack, we've heard whether it's we've heard whether the religion, all these kind of things straight away initially. I mean, if you think about any attack, there have always been, right, something happened, and the news present it as a terrorist attack has happened today, etc., etc. So I don't buy any of this crap. And now that this police statement and the police coming out with it, it's all on Labour. It's all on Keir Starmer. It's all on the CPS. It's all on them with regard to this fallout. And it's absolutely disgraceful. And hopefully we'll see parliamentarians in just under an hour come out and talk about this situation. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in to today's Thirst live stream. Again, we'll be back for the fallout of PMQs a bit later on today. So make sure you are subscribed. Get the notification